Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy, healthy life with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. How you feeling today, my friends? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. You can't ask for better than that. Before we start, let me remind you, An Apple a Day is brought to you by www.famousapple.com. Famousapple.com is the home site for this podcast, so if you get a minute, check it out. While you're tripping around the web, make sure you stop by www.famousapple.com/group. That's our group page on Facebook for this podcast. It's called Living with a Disability. You got to go over there, check it out. There's a lot of people over there chatting, asking questions, answering questions, making friends. It's a lot of fun. And you'll catch me over there on a regular basis. I want to ask you something. This is a question that's up on the board right now. What are you doing this year for Halloween? Are you letting the kids go out trick-or-treating? Or the grandkids? Whatever the case may be. Are you letting them go out trick-or-treating with the pandemic still in effect? Or are you keeping them home? Maybe making a little Halloween party for them, a little family get-together. You know, doing some Halloween games, maybe watching some spooky movies, having some candy, some cake, maybe even inviting a couple of their friends over. Are you doing that? Or are you letting them go out trick-or-treating, house to house? Or are you doing something with the church or with the school? Like, now when I was living down in South Carolina, the local churches down there used to do a thing called trunk or treat. Now this is pre-pandemic. This is when they were just trying to keep the kids safe, and instead of going house to house, they kept them at the church, and they did, they had the trunks open in the cars in the parking lot, and kids went car to car to car. And they knew what they were getting. They knew the people they were going to. And then they had a little party in the church. I found out this year they're still doing the trunk or treat, and they're still doing the party in the church, and it's the congregation. So maybe your church or your school is doing a function like that. Go over to the board and let people know what they're doing. And what are you doing with the kids that do go out trick-or-treating? Are you welcoming them at your house? Are you opening the door? Or are you keeping the lights off as if you're not home? What we do at my house is we take a snack table, we put it out in the driveway with a big bowl of candy, say Happy Halloween, a picture of a witch or a ghost or something on there, and a little sign that says, please take one. Now, that bowl will stay out there. We'll refill it as many times as we can, and once it's done, it's done. But, we're trying to stay safe. My immune system is low, just like most of you. And we don't want to catch anything, but we don't want to disappoint the kids either. So we put it out there. What are you doing? Are you opening the door for the kids? Or are you making believe you're not home? I mean, it's understandable. No one's going to say you're wrong. There's no wrong answer to this. Or you're putting a bowl out like we're doing. There's no wrong answer. But go over to the website. That's www.famousapple.com/group. And put your 2 cents in. Let them know what you're doing there. And it helps others to let them know what to do. So it's just a little bit of fun. Something to do during the day. Well, it's getting chilly out now. Fall is coming in with vengeance here. I've also been receiving some email. And I receive email periodically. And most of the time it's about Social Security disability. People are curious because there's so many rumors out there about Social Security disability benefits. One of the big questions always is am I going to get caught cheating? What are some things that I shouldn't be doing? No one can tell you what you shouldn't be doing. Only you know what you shouldn't be doing. You should be doing what you can and following your doctor's orders. But the other question usually is, what do you need to know when you're getting Social Security disability benefits? What do you need to know when you get them? And questions like, how long does it take to get Social Security disability benefits right from the beginning? Now, at one time, it took a year. It takes less time now. They've rehashed the system for the better, Other things people are worried about are the reviews that come they could come every 18 months, every 3 years, could come every 7 years, depending on your condition. Are you going to be on Social Security disability the rest of your life? Even that's changed a bit. Depends on a lot of things. There's a lot of issues that come into play there. And what happens, this I've been getting a lot lately because we're getting older. It's a sin that we're getting older, but we're getting older. What happens if you're on Social Security and you hit retirement age? What happens to your benefits? Now, you always hear these horror stories like Social Security retirement pays so little, and some people are receiving a lot more on Social Security disability. What happens to your benefits? Are you going to lose money? Are you going to gain money? What happens? Well, I was going through looking up all these questions that people have sent me over the last few weeks or so. And then I said, you know what? I found them all in one booklet. So instead of just picking and choosing and me trying to explain it, what I did was I took this booklet and I put it onto a voice card. And I'm going to play the voice card for you today. Now, you're thinking, oh my God, a whole booklet. Believe me, it takes about 10 minutes. And it's worth every minute of it because there's no fluff pieces. Social Security, they get right down to business. So there's no fluff in it. There's no stories to tell. It's right down to business. And this is very informative. And I think it's going to answer the majority of your questions about your Social Security benefits. And in the show notes, I'm going to put down the information you need to go and read this for yourself. The address and everything will be in the show notes for this booklet that you can go right on your computer or your tablet or your phone even and read this for yourself. But I figured like this, instead of me reading it to you, I'll take it word for word right off of Social Security for you. And you can go back and listen to this again and follow it on your tablet or your computer, word for word. All right? So what I want you to do is sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a glass of milk, some cookies, maybe a glass of water, whatever it is to get you relaxed. For 10 minutes, it's going to take you to listen to this, and it's going to answer all your questions. So afterwards, we'll get back together again. I'll be back after this plays, and we'll discuss it a little bit more. But I think this is worth every minute of it. And like I said, it'll put a lot of your anxiety and fears to rest when you hear it directly from the Department of Social Security. It's ssa.gov. So sit back, relax, and let's get started here. Okay, I'm going to play the card in a second here, but I figured let me share the address of this booklet with you in case you want to follow along with it right now. So the title of this booklet is What You Need to Know When You Get Your Social Security Disability Benefits. The address for this booklet is www.ssA.gov/PUBS/005-10153.PDF. So if you want, you can look it up right now on your phone or your tablet as you're listening to this and follow along word for word. This goes right from Social Security Disability. Look it up now. Follow along on the voice card. This information will also be in the show notes at the end of the podcast. So sit back, relax, and listen up. I'll talk to you after the voice card.
ssa.gov. What you need to know when you get Social Security disability benefits. When will your payments start? Under the law, your payments can't begin until you've been disabled for at least 5 full months. Payments usually start with your 6th month of disability. However, there is no waiting period if your disability results from amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, and you are approved for Social Security disability benefits on or after July 23, 2020. When we tell you that you'll be receiving disability benefit payments, the notice explains how much your disability benefit will be and when your payments start. Note: if your family members are eligible for benefits based on your work, they'll receive a separate notice and booklet. How long payments continue? Generally, your disability benefits will continue as long as your medical condition has not improved and you can't work. Benefits won't necessarily continue indefinitely. Because of advances in medical science and rehabilitation techniques, many people with disabilities recover from serious accidents and illnesses. We'll review your case periodically to make sure you still have a qualifying disability. You're responsible for telling us if any of the following occur. There's any change in your ability to work. You return to work. Your medical condition improves. If you disagree with the decision we make. If you have any questions about your payment amount, or any other information we may send to you, please contact us. If you were recently denied Social Security benefits for medical or non-medical reasons, you may request an appeal. Your request must be in writing and received within 60 days of the date you receive the letter containing our decision. The fastest and easiest way to file an appeal of your decision is by visiting www.ssa.gov/disability/appeal. You can file online and provide documents electronically to support your appeal. You can file an appeal online even if you live outside of the United States. If you still aren't satisfied, there are further steps you can take. Read your right to question the decision made on your claim. Publication number 05-10058. You have the right to hire an attorney or anyone else to represent you. This doesn't mean you must have an attorney or other representative, but we'll be glad to work with one if you wish. For more information about getting a representative, read your right to representation. Publication number 05-10075. When and how your benefits are paid. Social Security benefits are paid each month. Generally, the day on which you receive your benefits depends on the birth date of the person on whose work record you receive benefits. For example, if you receive benefits as a retired or disabled worker, your benefits will be determined by your birth date. If you receive benefits as a spouse, your benefit payment date will be determined by your spouse's birth date. Electronic payments. If you applied for benefits on or after May 1, 2011, you must receive your payments electronically. If you didn't sign up for electronic payments when you applied, we strongly urge you to do it now. Direct deposit is a simple, safe, and secure way to receive your benefits. Contact your bank to help you sign up. Or, you can sign up for direct deposit by contacting us. Another option is the Direct Express card program. With Direct Express, deposits from federal payments are made directly to the card account. Signing up for a card is quick and easy. Call the toll-free Treasury Electronic Payment Solution Contact Center at 1-800-333-1795. Or, sign up online at www.godirect.org. Also, Social Security can help you sign up. If you receive your checks by mail, if your check is not delivered on its due date, wait 3 workdays before reporting the missing check to us. The most common reason checks are late is because a change of address wasn't reported. If your check is ever lost or stolen, contact us immediately. Your check can be replaced, but it takes time. To be safe, you should cash or deposit your check as soon as possible after you receive it. You shouldn't sign your check until you are at the place where you'll cash it. If you sign the check ahead of time and lose it, the person who finds it could cash it. A government check must be cashed within 12 months after the date of the check or it will be void. After a year, if you're still entitled to the payment, we'll replace the voided check. Returning benefits not due. If you receive a check that you know isn't due, take it to any Social Security office or return it to the U.S. Treasury Department at the address on the check envelope. You should write void on the front of the check and enclose a note telling why you're sending the check back. If you have direct deposit and receive a payment you should not have gotten, call or visit your Social Security office. We'll tell you how you can return it. If you knowingly accept payments that aren't due to you, you may face criminal charges. Paying taxes on your benefits? Some people who get Social Security have to pay taxes on their benefits. About 1/3 of our current beneficiaries pay taxes on their benefits. You'll be affected only if you have substantial income in addition to your Social Security benefits. If you file a federal individual income tax return and your income is more than $25,000, you have to pay taxes. If you file a joint return, you may have to pay taxes if you and your spouse have a combined income that is more than $32,000. If you're married and file a separate return, you'll probably pay taxes on your benefits. For more information, contact the Internal Revenue Service. How we will contact you. Generally, we use the mail or call you on the phone when we want to contact you, but sometimes a Social Security representative may come to your home. Our representative will show you identification before talking about your benefits. For your protection, call the Social Security office to ask if someone was sent to see you before you let the representative into your home. A special note for people who are blind: you can choose to receive notices from us in one of the following ways. Just let us know which you prefer. Standard print notice by first-class mail. Standard print notice by certified mail. Standard print notice by first-class mail and a follow-up telephone call. Braille notice and a standard print notice by first-class mail. Microsoft Word file on a data compact disc, CD, and a standard print notice by first-class mail. Audio CD and a standard print notice by first-class mail. Large print, 18-point size, notice and a standard print notice by first-class mail. To select one of these options, please contact us using one of the following methods. Visit our website at www.ssa.gov/notices, and follow the steps provided. Call us toll-free at 1-800-772-1213. If you are deaf or hard of hearing, you may call our TTY number at 1-800-325-0778. Write or visit your local Social Security office. If you'd like to receive notices in another way, please call us at 1-800-772-1213, or visit your local Social Security office so we can begin processing your request. If we're unable to approve your request, we'll send the reason in writing to you and tell you how to appeal the decision. If you have a question about a Social Security notice, you may call us toll-free at 1-800-772-1213 to ask for the notice to be read or explained to you. Cost of living adjustments? Each January, your benefits will increase automatically if the cost of living has gone up. For example, if the cost of living has increased by 2%, your benefits also will increase by 2%. If you receive your benefits by direct deposit, we'll notify you in advance of your new benefit amount. If you receive your benefits by check, we'll include a notice explaining the cost of living adjustment with your check. What happens when you reach full retirement age? If you're receiving Social Security disability benefits, your disability benefits automatically convert to retirement benefits, but the amount remains the same. If you also receive a reduced widow's or widower's benefit, be sure to contact Social Security when you reach full retirement age, so that we can make any necessary adjustment in your benefits. Note: for more information about full retirement age, read Retirement Benefits, publication number 05-10035. Now, back to Jimmy.
Okay, I'm sure many of you already knew some of these answers, and maybe some of them you didn't. For some of you, this might have just been a brush up on some of these questions, and for some of you, these may be questions that you've been asking for a long time and getting different answers to. I know in the beginning when I was first on Social Security, these are questions I was asking, and I had so many different answers from people. One of the big questions I was afraid of was what would happen when retirement did come around, and what would happen with my disability benefits and my retirement benefits. That was a big fear for me because I was middle-aged at that point. And I knew from my doctors and from going to court with Social Security and all the rest that I wasn't going to be coming off of disability. I was permanently disabled. And I was scared. I was honestly scared what was going to happen when I hit retirement age. And people were so helpful, if you want to call it that. They loved to scare the crap out of you. I had one fella that told me, oh, you're going to be screwed when it comes to retirement because your money's going to disappear. It's going to go down low. You see what people make on retirement now. They're eating cat food, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I'm looking as the years are passing and the cost of living increases and my disability is going up. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm still on a limited income and I'm still struggling. And it was always in the back of my head, I'm struggling now. And when I hit retirement, it's going to go down. And it wasn't until I finally did some research into it for myself. And I found out that all the naysayers and all the doomsayers and the doom and the gloom, they were just people being assholes, to be honest. They were talking about things they had no idea about. They wanted to be a know-it-all. And that's the problem that you find with some people when it comes to disability. They have no idea what they're talking about, but they're willing to talk about it. You find that with a lot of things with people. And the best way to find out the information that you want to find out is go right to the source. Go right to the horse's mouth, I guess, is the saying. And that's what I did. And that's why an apple a day is here. We do it for you. When there's a question, if you have a question and you want to ask us. And we'll do the best to find the right answer for you. We didn't have that opportunity when we were first disabled. We didn't have that opportunity. Here, you have an opportunity. You have a couple of friends that have already been through the disability system, and we're not gonna lie to you. It may not always be the answer that you want, but we're gonna tell you the truth. But I hope this helped you out a little bit. I hope it opened your eyes to some things. And again, like I said, look in the show notes for this podcast, and we'll have the address there that you can go again and look up this information for yourself. So let's move on here. And I hope it helped you a little bit at least, or put your mind at ease on some things. Okay, let's move on. Hey, I'd like to thank you for stopping by today, and I hope this helped you out a little bit with the information about Social Security. We have got a lot going on. Now, I do want to say, for those of you who stopped by today expecting to find Erin is no longer with An Apple a Day. She has brought her show, The Vegan Possibility, over to her website, and she's now doing a blog. So you can find Erin at www.famousapple.com/the vegan disabled gal. Okay? She's doing what she did here with us, she's doing in blog form now on her website. So check her out. We wish her the best of luck in all she's doing, any of her future endeavors. Good luck to you, Erin, and thanks for being part of An Apple a Day there for a while. On that note, we're going to be holding auditions, because we are going to continue to have a second episode on An Apple a Day. So, if you have a topic that you'd like to get out, we're going to have auditions. So, you can contact me at admin@famousapple.com. Give me a little bit of a description of the topic that you'd like to discuss on An Apple a Day on a second episode each week. We can hash it out. We can talk it out. We can do a little bit of a sound test. See how you sound on the podcast. Who knows? Maybe you can be the next co-host on An Apple a Day. So don't forget, send me a little bio, a little blurb on what your topic is about at admin@famousapple.com. And who knows, you might be the next co-host on An Apple a Day. Before we go, I want to remind you of something. Things can always be worse. That's right, my friends. Things can always be worse. No matter what, there's someone somewhere right now wishing that they were in your position. So things can always be worse. Hey, you've been listening to An Apple a Day. My name is Jimmy Apple, and I'll be talking to you again later on this week. Have a great one, my friends.
Waves your distant cousins living there, high up on the mountain and floating on the breeze. Listen carefully and you will hear that change is in the air. All together now, all together now, we can show the world a better way. Feather, fur, and fin, share the world we're in. You can make a difference, let's live all together now. Each one of us different, yet everyone the same. It breaks my heart each time that I recall how we treat each other, oh, in the name of all that's right. Isn't it about the time to show some compassion to us all?